Good morning. Thank you for coming to have a look at my latest journal. This journal I've made using the kit from TLC called Medieval Times, and I've also used the kit from Mrs Cogs called Tales of Camelot. So I've put the two together and made a Tales of Camelot journal. Tied together here just with some ribbon. I'll just move that out the way. The journal measures 6 1/4 wide, 8 3/4 wide, and there are around 88 pages in here, so it is quite chunky. You can see that. Lots of blues and golds and purples, because they were the colours that reminded me of medieval times. I've no idea why, but they did. On the front here as well, I've put a little tab of some fabrics and some beads, and that just clips off. On the front here, the image is from Mrs Cogs' Tales of Camelot, and there's a couple of vintage beads on there as well. Beads? They're buttons even. Vintage buttons on the front there. And the bobble trim. This was the last of the bobble trim of this one that I had. I just love the colour. It's such a rich, deep colour, like a peacock blue. On the inside here, I've lined it with a kind of creamy gold fabric. And there's the little pocket there, and tucked inside there is an envelope, and that has some writing paper inside it. So extra journaling space. There is actually plenty of room in this one to journal. And on the side here there's some gold trim that I've put as a ruffle on the side. Some collaging there to make some extra journaling space, and an image from the kit. I've been heavily influenced, I think, on this one. I've just enrolled in Mrs Cogs' basic journal kit, so I thought I'd have a go myself at doing some quotes and sewing the images on. So this quote here, it says, "The Lady of the Lake, her arm clad in the purest shimmering samite, held aloft Excalibur from the bosom of the water, signifying by divine providence that I, Arthur, was to carry Excalibur." And there's a picture there of Arthur and Guinevere holding Excalibur, and there's a little journaling card there, the one that says love, and the other one tucked in there says Excalibur. There's a little tuck spot there. This is an Anglo-Saxon map of Great Britain, so that flips out, and again, so there's plenty of journaling space. This little tag down here that's stuck on the page says Guinevere. There's a couple of tags there from Mrs Cog kit, the Camelot one. Some ribbon trim just there, lace trim. A little pocket here with some of the fabrics that I used, the purple fabrics, and there's a little envelope there. And there's some journaling paper on the inside there. Image there, Guinevere and Lancelot, or Guinevere and Arthur. There's a card inside there, and some lace. And then on the back there's a little pocket with a card and some more paper for journaling. Some of the pages have been stamped as well, stencilled, that's the word, stencilled, and some gold trim up there. This is a book that I had about medieval England, so it's got lots of different pictures. These are ecclesiastical architecture, so there's Canterbury, Salisbury, York and Lincoln there, and the different windows and the naves. That says, "On a lonely sword he leaned, like Arthur on Excalibur, in the battle by the sea," and that's a quote from G.K. Chesterton, and some fabric there over the picture. That flips open and there's a little pocket on the inside, and somebody waving goodbye to the sea there. There's some paper there that's for journaling, a little tuck spot. It's I think that's a manuscript, illuminated manuscript I think they're called, and I've put that onto tracing paper. An image there, medieval lady. There's a little tuck spot there that says Camelot and the Tales of Camelot, and that's the kit again. One of the pages from Paulette's kit, and on the back again some collaging so that there's some extra journaling space. There's a tuck spot there and behind, it goes inside. And these are from the kit from Paulette. Some lace there, and again a page from the Medieval Britain book. There's some images there of the armour, 13th century armour. King Arthur had a dream too of a world where might served right instead of subjugating it. His knights of the Round Table were the agents of that dream, and his sword Excalibur the symbol of it. There's a picture of him there. This is a book page that's been folded, so that opens up, and there is some, my page stuck, look, there we go, some journaling space there and on either side. That just ties some gold ribbon there, and there's a little tuck spot there at the top that says the Round Table. And that tucks at the back of it, and then there's a tuck spot at the side as well. I don't know where this paper was from. It was something that I'd printed out from a different kit that I had left over. So as you can see, there's plenty of room to journal. Another image down there from the kit. And some green bobble trim there to match the green of the lady. Another of the book pages. And this one is the same as the image on the front. And that just flips up. And there's a couple of cards ticked inside there. One says Merlin and the other one says Magic. Picture there, I think they're stained glass windows that Paulette's used as the kit, and there's a card there. So that's, I call it a ghost pocket because the inside there is the same as the pocket that I've put on the front. It goes in there. Again, another tuck spot here. And that one there says Arthur. Some more journaling space. And again the image of the stained glass window, and there's a journaling card tucked in there. The fleur-de-lis, are they? That one there says Lancelot. And again, this is an envelope that's been folded up, a window envelope, so there's a couple of cards in there. That one says Knights and that one says Castles. And then there's some fabric on there, and that's actually stitched down there all the way through because this card is quite a narrow one, and I didn't want her to move out of the window. So it's stitched down there so it can't shift to one side. And there's also a journaling card in there, tucked in there. Love cometh of the heart, not by constraint. That is true, said the king, for love is free. And that's from James Knowles' Legends of King Arthur. I love the rich purples and the pinks. Another of the book pages. And again, this is a book page. So that flips up and flips down, and there's journaling space there. It says Tales of Camelot on the front. And if that knot's in the way, the knot in the bow when you're journaling, then that can just be untied and let loose. Some collaging on there, and again some journaling cards tucked in down there. I'd love to know what she's looking at over the battlements. Again, some collage journaling space there. I think this was something that Artie Mays did, and I think she'd got it from Gail Agostelli and somebody else, but I just thought I had got some bits of paper left over and I didn't want to waste them, so some extra journaling space there. And again, this one flips open, there's a card in there. And then there's some extra journaling cards in here as well. Arthur came to rule in this isle, ever waging war upon each other, wasted all the land. And that's from quote from Alfred Lord Tennyson. And again, equipment of that, this time it's 15th century armour. So an envelope there, and that's got some journaling paper on it too. It just fits in there. And the fabric, it has like a gold shimmer to the fabric. And I've stitched some gold cord down there as well. Again, a little tuck spot there with a card in it. Looks a bit sad on the back of that horse. Perhaps he's just come back from war. Oh, he's been jousting. Perhaps he didn't win. There's another tuck spot there. Tucked in there. And again, this one is the map. So that pulls out. So plenty of journaling space there again. That says, ask every person if he's heard the story, and tell it strong and clear if he has not, that once there was a fleeting wisp of glory called Camelot. It says legends, and I just thought that quote went so well with the bard there singing his songs to the ladies, telling the stories. Again, some collaging space. So there is my Tales of Camelot journal. You can see it is quite chunky. Lots of gold and silver and quite rich colours in there. So I do hope you like it. Both kits were beautiful to work with, lovely images, and I hope that you've enjoyed looking at it with me. And I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time. Thank you. Bye.